Now that we have the official media declaration of projected winner Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, I wonder if the far left will stop rioting. And I have to say, I don't think they will. I mentioned this in my previous segment. Many of these leftists hate Joe Biden, too. In fact, they were marching just like the other day with a big sign saying, "We don't want Joe Biden, we want revenge." One sign said something like "down with fascism and the liberalism that enables it." Yes, liberalism enables fascism. Sure. But I tell you what, the bigger concern that I have, I guess, is that, well, some of these people work for these Democrat politicians, and the rioting is likely just going to continue. Take a look at this story. Female anti-Trump protester, 24, who spat in a cop's face in New York City and shouted, "F you fascists," was an intern for Jerry Nadler. Takes all kinds, huh? Davina Singh, 24, interned for Nadler, who represents Manhattan's West Side and chairs the House Judiciary Committee, for about a month in 2018. Okay, she was only there for a month, but we do know there have been many instances, notably in like Portland, where Democrat staffers have been engaging in these riots, which says to me two things. Well, it says to me one thing, but there's something else I want to say. Many of these rioters are going to still riot for sure. I have another story from the Post-Millennial. Antifa rioters trash church in downtown Portland. I wonder why. Just from the other day. Okay, so many rioters will still riot, but they're going to lose a tremendous amount of support from the people who actually worked for these campaigns now that these campaigns think they're winning. I remember what happened with the protests back in the 2000s when Barack Obama that ran for president. I remember this strong anti-war movement and this big wave of protests that I even marched with. And then Barack Obama came out and said, "We're going to bring our troops home. We're going to bring our troops home. We're going to end this war." Isn't that funny? Man, it was 12 years ago, huh? And all these people bought it. And then they stopped protesting once Obama got elected, and Obama did the opposite and got us entangled in way more foreign conflict. So here's what I think. I think Antifa will lose support, and they're going to lose it from those that were seeking to use them. I also think Democrats are now starting to show their true colors. Kate Brown in Oregon finally called in the National Guard. That's right. But I got to tell you, fat load of good that did. The other day, we got a story from Politico saying that Kate Brown, the governor, calls on the National Guard to end the unrest. One must wonder why she didn't do that from the get-go. The Democrats used the riots for their advantage, I suppose. I don't know what the point is. I can only imagine it made people not want to vote for them, but apparently it works. However, what we're seeing now with this story, Antifa rioters trash church, it didn't matter that she called in the National Guard. These people are still going to come out. And to those that voted for Joe Biden, they voted likely to just keep these riots going. What people need to understand, the riots that happened in D.C. on January 20th, 2017 were intended for Hillary Clinton, not Donald Trump. Trump just happened to win. They rolled with it. And then here's what we got. The media sided with them because they hated Trump too. The Democrats jumped in and said, "We're going to help out." Now things are going to be different. I wonder how, though. I don't think we're going to see nothing, because let me remind you, it was during Obama we saw the rise of Occupy Wall Street and Black Lives Matter. And what was done about it? Nothing. It just got worse and worse and worse. My prediction now is with Trump on the ropes, we'll see if it's not certified. I know a lot of people are like, "Tim, it's not over till the fat lady sings." Like literally they're tweeting that. Okay, I get it. If Trump is not president, then I see these people going nuts. I'll tell you what the worst case scenario is, though. You want to know what the worst case scenario is? Donald Trump finds evidence of fraud, takes it to the courts. The courts overturn invalidate many ballots. Trump takes victory and becomes reelected. You want to know why that's the worst case scenario? It means that there were fraudulent votes that were trying to disrupt our system. It means that our system worked and protected the integrity of the presidency. And it means the far left will go insane, having lost while cheating. I don't know what's going to happen. But the challenge there is, what do you do? If it turns out that there was impropriety, of which there really is evidence. I mean, look, we had this glitch in Michigan. They're now saying it was human error. I don't care what it was. That doesn't change the fact that it's got to be looked into. And that means we've got to look into these other instances of software use in these other counties and states. Will they do it? I think Donald Trump might. He might go for it. If he does, and he finds that there was, tricks, cheating, impropriety, then it's a good thing it gets shut down. And it's important that our elections are free and fair. But do you think the left will believe it? Or do you think they'll respond with Trump stuffed the Supreme Court so that he could steal the election? And then you are going to get rampant insurgency. My friends, we are at a position where the only peaceful outcome is Biden winning. I mean, it's not going to be perfectly peaceful because, of course, they're still rioting. But that's the scary thing. If we come out with hard evidence, and look, I got to tell you, man, look, there is evidence. Take a look at this story. Texas social worker charged with 134 counts involving election fraud. This person was forcing old people to vote, some who were demented. And I mean, there's an insult, I mean, literally demented. They didn't know what was going on and they were filling out ballots. There's evidence. So what is Trump going to do? I don't know. I'm not comfortable. I'm worried. I'm worried about the ramifications of cheaters taking the White House. I'm worried about the ramifications of cheaters being exposed when they've got hordes of people dancing in the street who are low information voters who don't know what's going on. Antifa gonna Antifa. And they're going to take every opportunity they can. So they will absolutely prey upon the uncertainty of Trump going to court with legal claims. And I think Trump will. Now, there's a viral video going around. I see Republicans sharing it where Trump is leaving the golf course today. And a woman asks to take a photo with him because she's a bride, and he smiles and gives a thumbs up. Many are saying that if Trump really does end up, losing this through, listen, the left is like, accept reality, it's over. Dude, when it's certified, okay? Because Trump can go to court and you have no idea what's going to happen, right? But people are saying if Trump really does end up losing this to Biden, I know they're projecting it in the courts, then he can go back to being Donald Trump. And I wonder how long it's going to be before the media says, oh, that silly old Trump. Wasn't he a great president like they did with George W. Bush? Maybe they never will. Maybe they'll ignore stories like this. We're supposed to hear about something on Monday. But I got to tell you, man, I'm not convinced Trump is going to go for it. I'm not. There's real risks and real ramifications. And I'm hearing there are a lot of Trump supporters. They're angry. I'm getting more thumbs down than normal saying, no, you must support Trump. You must. I've never been a hardcore Trump supporter. Never. I said I was going to vote for him because his agenda looked good. And I was willing to get behind that because he started improving. I said a year ago, I was never going to vote for the guy. Now, all these people expect me to march around with a Trump flag. I was never that guy. If Trump wins, he should win. If there was fraud, then it should be investigated. But I don't know what's expected of me or anybody else because you're going to need evidence. If Trump didn't win, he didn't win. If Biden wins, congratulations. But I tell you what, man, the left is not making it easy. They're making it easier and easier for someone like me to say, run them over the coals, fire every legal, battle, every legal missile you got, because they're talking about making lists. They're talking about banning people from polite society. These people are insane, man. We can't tolerate that. Now, I think what we are seeing here, as I mentioned, it's a rebuke of the far left. I got this story from Reason, from Rabe Suave. A Biden presidency and a GOP Senate could keep the left out of power for years. I think regular people are tired of the culture war. They never wanted to be involved in it anyway. So people say, how is it that Joe Biden got so many votes, but the down ballot votes didn't come in? Because people, I believe, were voting against the culture war. Donald Trump is the principal general of the right belligerents. And it's a reference to the combatants, okay? I'm not calling him belligerent. Donald Trump is the general. And on the left, you have the House, the impeachment. And so they rejected it both. They said, put the Republicans in the House, get us a different president. I am done with this. I believe there's impropriety. I do. But I believe we are seeing the left being told to shut up. I think we're hearing people telling Donald Trump to as well. A lot of people might not want to hear it, but I do. I talk about this all the time. I told you what may or may not happen. Okay. I've talked about how I've met Trump supporters and Trump voters who say things like, I just wish that, Donald Trump would chill out on the way he speaks. Well, now people were given an opportunity, and that's why the Democrats chose Biden. They said, give people vanilla yogurt and they will choose it. And they did. I have a question through all this, though. I don't know what's going to happen with the riots. This woman worked for Nadler. I think the Democrats are going to go nuts if they don't get what they want. But check out this video. Aaron Rupar of Vox says Van Jones was emotional talking about Joe Biden becoming the next president of the United States. Van Jones was crying. My friends, you wanted, many said, I can't wait for Trump to win because then we get to see all the videos of crying liberals. Okay, well, Van Jones is a liberal. He is. He's not one of these far leftists. He's a liberal. And he's crying anyway. I'm sitting here laughing, saying, I don't know what's going on. I'm chill, man. I'm having a good time. I made lemon bars the other day, and like I got creamer for my coffee. It tastes like chocolate chip cookies. I'm chill. I'm not dancing in the street celebrating. I'm not dropping to the floor and crying. But Van Jones is still crying, and I don't get it, man. These people have tied their existence to Donald Trump, and it is freaky. There's a lot of people who are defined by Donald Trump on the right as well. I'm not one of them. You know, I'm trying to be fair and reasonable, and I try to do that all the time. And of course, Antifa calls me far right, and now all of a sudden I'm hearing far leftists being like, Tim's actually being pretty fair on this one, you know? And I got people thumbs down, giving me my videos a thumbs down. Yeah, I'll tell you what comes next. If things don't go Trump's way, I'm going to do my best to just try and be rational and reasonable and tell you what's really going on. And I know that there's going to be a lot of people on the right who don't like that. Because the same thing happened with Occupy Wall Street. When these people were singing my praises, invite me to these events, and then as soon as they were entertaining authoritarianism and I was calling them out, they got mad at me. Tim Pool's far right now. Okay, sure. Look, I'm a middle-of-the-road, milquetoast fence-sitting, independent, left-leaning individual. Okay, how about that? I'll try to be honest and fair to the best of my abilities. I try to be rational and reasonable, calling out people like Van Jones who are crying on TV because they've won, or people dancing in the street when supposedly we're in a pandemic. If Trump loses, he loses. We'll see how it plays out in the courts. I think it's ridiculous the leftists are gloating that they think they've won. It ain't over till the fat lady sings. Not looking good for Trump, but Trump has some legal recourse. We'll see how it plays out. I'll leave it there. Next segment will be tomorrow at 10 a.m. Friends, thank you all so much for hanging out, and I will see you all then.